I came to teach you with another beautiful lesson, my dear children. At the beginning, I bless you a beautiful day. Today, we are going to talk about another lesson, another beautiful lesson. Today, my dear children, I will share today lesson. Today lesson is I'm going to teach you today 6 years of searching. This is a beautiful lesson. 6 years of searching. I'm going to read this lesson as usual for you, and you also can read with me. Are you ready to read with me? Okay, we will go through together. Right. 6 years of researching. 6 years of searching. After leaving his second teacher, Uddaka, Prince Siddhartha was known as Ascetic Gothama. My dear children, you know who is this Uddaka? Uddaka, you know, uh, Uddaka was two of one of the two teachers of ascetic Gautama. So after he left teacher Uddaka, he thought he met five friends, Kondanya, Badya, Vappa, Mahanam, and Asagi, who had also left the palace and a life of luxury to become ascetic or students of life, living poorly. After left the teacher Uddaka, ascetic Gautama, Prince Siddhartha, thought to find the truth by himself. According to that Indian culture, in religious background, uh, there were some ascetics, there were some religious uh, monks. Uh, they were uh, practicing some kind of strange practices, torturing their body. They were uh, they were practicing uh, the actions of dogs, actions of God, actions of animals like cow, like because they thought into the physical body is the way to release from suffering, because they thought sufferings are arising from our physical body, because we feel the physical suffering to the physical body. That is why they thought everything happened because of physical body. So we need to suffer, torture to the body to uh, stop this suffering, stop this uh, circle, rebirth, aging, sickness, death. That was the that is why they were practicing those things. That some religious leaders, some religious teachers were practicing entire life. They practice like dogs, practice the actions like dogs. They were working like dogs, they were sleeping like dogs, they were eating like dogs, they were doing their nature like dogs, like cow, like some religious teachers, religious teachers, my dear children, they thought to alter their physical body, like you know, in the midnight, it was very cold. In the cold midnight, uh, they were sinking. They sunk uh, in the water. It was very cold. Yeah, like you know, in this country, in our area, uh, during the winter time, snowing, you cannot be outside to time many times without you know, um, you cannot swim in lakes in this winter time, winter season. It is very difficult sometimes. It is very very hard thing. But in India, they thought their physical body. And in, you know, in afternoon, when the sun rays is very hot, They were outside to torture in their physical body. They were sleeping. Some some people, some ascetic, some religious teachers slept on the throne bed. Some throne. There were some thrones of trees, branches. They brings those branches with thorn, and they sleep on the throne bed. Like these practices, they thought they they could they can end this, stop the suffering. That is why they were practicing. According to this religious background, my dear children, ascetic Gautama also thought, is this the way? I I went to find the teachers, but I couldn't find what I found, what I was finding. I was finding, but I think this is the way. He thought, ascetic Gautama, Prince Siddhartha thought, this is the way. Torture into the body is the way to stop suffering, stop sickness, stop death. He went to, when he was thinking, and went to Uruvela. There were some 5 friends. We call them Kondanya, Baddiya, Vappa, Mahanam, Assaji. Then they also were practicing same austerity, same practice, torture into the body. They also thought that is only the way to stop these sufferings. They were in Uruvela. Then uh, I I will carry austerity to the uttermost, thought Gautama. This is the way to acquire wisdom. He practiced fasting, which was thought to be one of the best way to acquire wisdom. He lived on a grain of rice a day. My dear children, these 5 friends also told him that this is the only the way. So ascetic Gautama started to practice this way. First, he found some foods in village. He started to uh, go to the village to find some food. And he thought this is also not good thing. So I need he needed um, more time to practice this. He found his foods around the um, forest. Then he stopped it also. He uh, thought it is also not good to this practice, harmful to this practice. So I will only have a 1 grain for day, very little food. 1 grain cannot do it, very difficult to do it. So, my dear children, he was practicing this without having food, very little food. Some days he was very hungry, but no food. He was plus he was bearing it. Yeah. Then he lived a grain of rice a day, and later nothing at all. Yeah. Later he stopped it also. His body became so thin that his legs were like bamboo stick. His backbone was like a prop. His chest was like an incomplete roof of a house. His eyes sank right inside like a stone in a deep well. Oh, he started to do lean, thin, lean, because he had no food. He didn't have any food. He stopped having food. Then his body became like a bamboo tree. Legs were like a bamboo stick. Backbone was like a rope. When he touch his stomach, he can touch his backbone also. When he touch his hand, his body hair came out. when his eyes was sunk inside without food. That was very difficult, very difficult thing. That is why, according to this lesson, it is described like this. In fact, he looked like a living skeleton. Oh, he was like a living skeleton. He was only a skeleton covering the uh, skin, no flesh, more, no more flesh. He was very lean. All bones without any flesh. He suffered terrible pain and hunger, yet continued to meditate. He, he never stopped, whatever may happen. Another way of torturing his body was to hold his breath for a long time until he felt violent pain in his ears, head, and whole body. He would then fall senseless to the ground. When he started to practice holding the breath, he took a long breath and hold it long time. When he was holding this breath without out long time, what happened? He felt violent pain. His ear and head was like burning. Then he fell, fell on the ground senselessly. In this time, some gods, it is said that some deities, some gods went to the king Suddhodana and informed this. Your son died without uh, enlightenment. The king didn't uh, believe about this because he told to the god he definitely become a Buddha. I never believe uh, your words. So, my dear children, during the full moon and new moon, he went out into the forest or to a cemetery to meditate, wearing rags from graveyard and rubbish heaps. Oh, he started to meditate in a Graveyard. Graveyard is cemetery, and looking at the in Buddha's time, the cemeteries are very dangerous. Some people, the dead bodies were thrown to the this yard, to the jungle. We call it graveyard. There were so many dead bodies. They didn't bury the dead bodies. At night, some animals, dangerous animals like jackal, come and came and eat the dead bodies. So he went there and meditated. He became frightened at first, especially when wild animals came, but he never ran away. He stayed behind bravely in these dreadful places, meditating all the time. There were some dangerous animals, but he didn't fear. He was meditating. For long years, he did these practices, and in spite of the great pain and suffering, he did not find wisdom or the answers to his questions. He finally decided these austerities are not the way to enlightenment. He went begging through the village for food to build up his body. When his 5 friends saw this, they were disappointed. They took their balls and robes and left, wanting nothing more to do with Gautama. Then Prince Siddhartha, or we call him Ascetic Gothama, thought this is also not the way to find the truth, find the wisdom. He then he thought deeply, and he again started to find some food to consume, to take his body to uh, uh, strength. strength. Uh, so when these 5 friends saw this, and they left him because they thought he stopped his uh, enthusiasm. He stopped finding the truth. Why we stop with him? Useless to stop with living with him, and they left him. So that is the reason, my dear children. Now we are going to, I think you know these words, Ruela, five friends. I explained about these. Now questions. I'm going to explain the questions and answers. When the ascetic Gautam was in the jungle for 6 years, why did he become so thin? He was so thin because he stopped eating, stopped having food. That is why he was so thin. What did his body look like? His body was like a walking skeleton. His body was like a bamboo stick. Next question, what are the ways he used to torture his body? He used to torture his body, uh, uh, stopping uh, the food, uh, giving the food, and holding the breath, holding the breath. That was the ways. Those were the ways he tortured his body. For how long did he do this, and why did he finally give it up? 6 years long he did this, and he gave up it because he understood that is also not the way to the wisdom, stop suffering, because he understood by practicing. Last question, why did the five friends leave him? Five friends left him because they thought ascetic Gautama stopped uh, finding the wisdom, stop finding the way to stop suffering. That is why they left. So, my dear children, I think you can see this is the way how the ascetic Gautama tortured his body. You can see his body is like a skeleton. Skeleton. His eyes were uh, very deep, like uh, like a stone in a without a well without water. You can see this is the way. So, my dear children, he never gave up his enthusiasm. So, you also, as students, you also must understand. As students, you must have goal. You must have goal. I need to be a doctor. I need to be a professor. I need to be a good human being in this world. You all have target. You all have goal. Until you success your life, you must study. You must never give up your enthusiasm. You must have a willpower. That is very important. Willpower. Willpower. You must work hard, like ascetic Gautama, like Buddha. He never give up. He never gave up his enthusiasm. Like students, as students, as as a man or woman, if you start some business, if you start some study, studying, you must start and you must continue it without breaking down. Early in the morning, you must get up. You must work hard for your success. Until evening, you must work hard. You must every day go to school, and you must carefully, you must attentively, you must listen your teachers. You must read the books. Reading is very good things to uh, gain. much knowledge. You can uh, you can get more knowledge through reading. So you must read well. You must find new things. Those are the things we must understand. We must learn from today lesson. Okay, my dear children, I am going to uh, conclude our lesson today. We will meet with another beautiful lesson. Have a good day.